Oh no, it's a Jedi, and he's going to report you guys to the stormtroopers, and now you have to kill the little boy, or I guess talk to him if you want. I don't know. Is that something players do? Would your players do that? I don't think my players would do that in that situation. I can't count the number of children my players have murdered, and that's just from the superhero game they were playing. They were playing superheroes, and today we got another Star Wars RPG talent tree guide and review. Today we're talking about the Ataru Striker from the Force and Destiny core rulebook Seeker career. Now, Ataru, as I'm sure some of you know, if you're watching this video, you probably already know this. It's the lightsaber form 4, right? And one of the best things about this game is that every lightsaber form, all seven or however many of them there are, they're represented as one entire talent tree. One character class is basically a lightsaber form, and they do a really good job of bringing that to life with all the talents, all the game mechanics and all that. It feels like it should. So does Ataru Striker, does it feel like the lightsaber form Ataru? Well, first of all, it's very stressful, because it's very acrobatic, lots of flips and all that, so it takes a lot out of you, so it's very active, and as you can see from all the reds, it's a very active talent tree. Not all of these are spending strain. It's not as tiring as it may look, but still, it's fairly tiring. And this is actually the form that apparently Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon used in Episode 1 against Darth Maul, which actually explains why Qui-Gon got so sleepy. Aw, look at him, little guy, all tuckered out. He should take a nap. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Now let's get into the talent tree itself. First of all, we have the good old quick draw, quick strike combination. Quick draw is great because you can draw a weapon as an incidental instead of a maneuver, which means you have your regular maneuver to do something like aim, so you can do some more damage, or aim and then aim a second time. So you can do 2 maneuvers to aim, and you can do even higher burst damage, which is really great because it pairs on top of the quick strike, where you basically sort of get the same bonus for attacking someone as long as they haven't attacked yet. So you attack early on, that really high burst damage. Use your incidental to quick draw a lightsaber. Have I done this enough so you get how it works? My visual learners and Italians in the audience are very engaged with this video. All of these extra boost die on top of your normal attack check, which, you know, spoilers, is going to be really high because this is what you do, you attack. You can do some serious burst damage with the quick draw, quick strike. And yes, you really, especially as a Jedi, especially as a Ataru Striker, you really are going to get a lot of use out of a quick draw, because some games it's like, do I really need to spend a whatever to draw my weapon? Can I just have it out? It's a dangerous forest or whatever, or I'm just going to have it around town. No, you're not, and especially not because it's a lightsaber. During this time period, don't give me that crap. In fact, even if they're like in the woods or something, I would just have like witnesses, like some sweet innocent boy sees, oh no, it's a Jedi, and he's going to report you guys to the stormtroopers, and now you have to kill the little boy, or I guess talk to him if you want. I don't know. Is that something players do? Would your players do that? I don't think my players would do that in that situation. I can't count the number of children my players have murdered, and that's just from the superhero game they were playing superheroes, and anyway, so quick draw, quick strike, attack, real quick, lots of damage. Ataru technique, obviously every lightsaber form for the most part has a technique where you can use a different characteristic in order to do your combat checks with instead of the normal brawn. And with this one, it's agility, using your acrobatics. So you're also good with blasters, so I guess you get to have a blaster on the side just in case you're going to be real good at it. But mostly you're a lightsaber person. Where's the rest of our offense? Okay, so this one, I'm going to start with my favorite one, although it's debatable how useful it actually is. So Saber Swarm, you can add the link quality onto your lightsaber, which might not even be that useful really, because you could just have a double-bladed lightsaber. I mean, it might take a while to get it, extra resources, hard to come by, but if it's not hard to come by, or eventually you do get a double-bladed lightsaber, what's the point of this talent? It already has the link quality. Well, it does scale up based off of how forcey you are, which is not going to be very much. Unless you go out of your way to get a higher force rating, this talent feels kind of useless. But it really, really shines in an awesome way if you go out of your way to get an extra force rating, which you can do with Collapse of the Republic. you can actually, at character creation, raise your force rating. We'll get more into that when we talk about builds, but that's a really good talent. Saber throw, you can throw your lightsaber. So if you do have 2 lightsabers, as I said, we'll throw one, you still have one to parry, I guess, if you lose track of it, because don't you have to roll real well to call it back or something? So you throw your lightsaber, then your SOL, well, you have the other one. So dual wielding might be a good option for this tree if you can. And what else do we got? Hawkback Swoop. Oh, this is a good one. This is probably a better option as far as dealing with opponents who are far away from you than throwing a lightsaber, which may be your only lightsaber. Especially, you know, if you just have the one lightsaber, double-bladed or otherwise, because you leap towards them and attack. And you get some... Yeah, the attack is better, actually, than your normal regular attack. You get some extra help with it, which is awesome, so use your force to attack a person. And it does stack with saber throw. Yeah, unless I'm stupid. I'm pretty sure I'm not stupid. Yeah, it stacks with the saber swarm, so you can leap and attack multiple times in this huge volley of damage and destruction. That is awesome. And is that all our offense? That's really all you need. That's insane. Any more than this, actually, would probably be overpowered for an offensive tree. Defense. Active defense. We have a rank of dodge, or rank of 2 of dodge. One of my favorite active talents. It works against whatever attacks. You have a good choice. Like, is it worth the cost? Is it worth tiring myself out a bit more to dodge? It might be the case that it was kind of a waste, where you didn't even need to do it in the first place, right? Because you have to do it before the fact. So he's kind of a weaker enemy. He's probably going to miss me. He's not going to do that much damage. Is it worth it? If they do get past your dodge, or you decide not to dodge, you can always parry and reflect. We have a bit of that, but again, it's active, and you strain yourself in order to parry and reflect stuff. Improve parry. We do have improved parry, so you have a chance, apparently a very small chance, of counterattacking, basically, when you parry a strike. And I say a really small chance because I ran a solo Star Wars campaign in the Old Republic, the Tor, the MMO era, for like better part of a year, maybe even a year and a half, I forget. Long time. Not once was there ever an opportunity for him to use improved parry to counterattack. It just never, ever happened. Maybe that's just us and our bad luck. His bad luck. Which is fine. His character was broken. So finally, just by learning how to Ataru, you are going to be pretty physically fit. We've got a couple ranks for that condition talent, which will help you with your athletics, coordination checks, fall damage, which is really nice. Not stuff that you really get help with in your talents very often. And also, we have a great big talent to help you with your strain. Use your force ability to calm yourself and heal some strain. But it's only at certain times. You can't just do it in the middle of combat like some talents like that are. It's not that talent. I know that talent, not that talent. It's different kind of heal your strain talent. Okay, so when building your Ataru Striker, it is really hard to argue against a 4 in agility. I mean, it's a force user career. It's not like you have a lot of career skills to where you can really make sort of this diverse character with get the 4 in some other thing like cunning and have all these cunning skills that are good, and also keep it simple, stupid. You are a damage dealer. Get a lightsaber as soon as you can and do some damage, which it's going to be a while, but it depends on your campaign, really. Until you get to the point to where you're using agility to a lightsaber. First of all, you need a lightsaber or some sort of lightsaber-like weapon, which there's like a training lightsaber, easier to come by, or certain like canes or like training wood things scattered throughout the game. Or probably if you have the gear source book, there's probably some in there. And you can use your lightsaber skill to combat, but you also have to have the Ataru technique, which isn't too far down the tree, but it might take some time, maybe a couple sessions or whatever, until you actually can be you, basically. Do your job. Until then, well, Seeker has range heavy as a career skill. Get your free rank in that. 4 in agility, you're good to go. You don't need to focus on anything else with combat to be a decent combatant, and you're going to get the benefits of the earlier stuff that deal with combat, like quick draw, quick strike. Kind of get those right away, maybe. Depends on when you're going to get your lightsaber. Maybe you want to get Ataru technique right away if you have your lightsaber right away. It depends. I mean, there's going to be situations where it's not a good idea to bust out the old laser stick. So, yeah, maybe get a free rank in range heavy regardless, and a blaster rifle when you're building your character. So you always have that alternate way of dealing with people. And even just, dealing with people at range. You can't solve every problem by hitting them in the face to face. You know, balconies exist and whatnot. Other aspect I really want to focus on uses alternate rules that we apparently can only find in Collapse of the Republic. It should also be in Rise. Anyway, check out those reviews for why I think that's dumb. But in Collapse of the Republic, there are alternate rules for having an extra force rating at character creation, spending your core experience points in the same way you would on your characteristics, treating your force rating as a characteristic in that manner. Which, you know what, I think it's worth it in the long run for this character. Because you use your force rating to help with your attacks, or a couple of your attacks, based off of your force rating, quite a bit actually. So that will be helpful. But also, mostly, that Saber Swarm. If you want to be astronomically better than having a dual, or what is this called? The Darth Maul stick. If you want to be even better than having a Darth Maul stick, which this is better, but even more so in every way possible. Yeah, you really want force rating of 2 by the time you get that, and it's easier to just have it right out of the gate. My favorite species for this are ones that have like a double 3, and one of those 3s is an agility. You know actually who I really love for this? Lasat. 3 brawn, 3 agility, which means you give 4 agility, 3 brawn with that many points, and you can also do the force rating thing. Yeah, it's a pretty good build. Lasat from the Adversary Sourcebook. That's the one I would do, and also you can like parkour for free or something. Lasat are pretty ridiculous like that. Anyway, you want a brawn. If you're not going to go with the force rating, go for a high brawn, but even if you are, or maybe will might actually be better to fuel your defensive abilities. Ideally, you want at least 2 in brawn, and then maybe a 3 in will. And you might even be able to have a 4-3-3 build. I rate will higher than brawn, because odds are you're the lightsaber person, you're going up against other lightsaber people. Your brawn isn't going to be quite as useful as training yourself to parry lightsabers more often than not, but it depends on your campaign. Anyway, pretty simple, straightforward, damage dealer, really powerful, really fun, some great stuff you could do, great combinations of stuff, and really exciting with that high risk, high reward, constantly tiring yourself out, straining yourself to do massive damage and important threats as quickly as possible. You have a job. You're not just, I do damage. You're, I take out, I assassinate targets in the middle of combat. That's kind of neat. That's it for today. If you like this video and want to see more, come back tomorrow. We're video every day because, you know, what else am I supposed to do?